Hammer Ducks, it's Simon here. Welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. So a Kickstarter deck has come in. Now, I was getting a little bit worried about this because, as I've mentioned previously, I've had quite a few issues with some items that I've been expecting. No cards pushed through the door, and then they've ended up being sent back. And yeah, I'm still having lots of issues with that, particularly with a few decks that have gone astray. But I got the tracking number for this about 3 weeks ago, and it was just stuck. It was just showing that it left the country of origin, but it hadn't shown anything. So I was thinking, you know, what's going to happen? But anyway, it's arrived today, and this is the Divine and Play Tarot. There was a second version you could get, which was kind of like inverted, black and white, I think. But I decided just to go with the Divine and Play. And the Divine and Play is exactly what it is. It's a playing card deck that you can use for divination, that you can divine with. And I really like the concept. Now, it's not the first of its kind, really, because somewhere over here. So, I mean, I've had this a few years, which is Arcana, which is a tarot and playing card set. Beautiful box. But this is in black and white, and you know, it's got your jokers, and then it's got your Fool, etc., Magician. So it's got all of the tarot cards, and then it goes into playing cards. So it's nice, you know, I like it, but what really appealed about this is the fact that it's RWS. And I backed this in April, so it wasn't too bad. What's that, 6 months? There's decks I backed last year that still haven't come yet, like the Divine Masculine, etc. So 6 months isn't bad for backing and then getting it in your hands if you're going to back something like Kickstarter or Indiegogo. So now I will say I did and ah about backing it because it's not perfect. I like it, but I kind of wish they didn't put the pips over the images. So I backed it anyway because I like the concept. But you know, if there was ever a second edition or second run of this, and you'll see what I mean. I just wish that the pips were in the top left and bottom right corners, because you don't need it twice, and it can be a little bit distracting on some of the cards. But anyway, let's take a look. So this is the Divine and Play Tarot, and on the back it says the Divine and Play Tarot deck is a deck that can be used for divination as well as for playing cards. Now the box has got pretty bashed because it was just in this this very thin bubble wrap bag inside, kind of like a jiffy bag. So it hasn't been protected really. Oops, sorry, just not the camera. It hasn't been protected, so it has got a little bit bashed. It would have been nice if it had been inside a box, because you know. But anyway. Here's the inside. It says, "Life must be lived as play." And that is a quote by Plato. We get a little book, and it is a little book, but it's just enough. It's a proper, as we say, little white book, but it's a little red book. It says guidebook. And it's what, 60, 62, 63. And there's some things you can get off Etsy. That's quite nice. And it's a little guidebook. So yeah, and then we've got the cards, which now this is quite nice because this is a little box within a box, as you see here. And this is I really like these kind of foam inserts. It really protects, so that's protects it quite well. And then you get the little deck of cards, which is again a little tuck box inside this clamshell type box. And I've purposely not watched walkthroughs because I knew it was on its way. So pop them inside there, a little book, and let's have a look at what we've got. So these are the backs, and I really like these red backs. Not reversible, as you can see, but I like them. So we've got the correspondences here. So we've got diamonds, which corresponds with pentacles, because diamonds, pentacles is the earth suit. We have the hearts and the cups, which is, you know, water, but also emotions. And the earth suit is, you know, your physical realm, your home, your career, you know, those sort of things. And then you've got your clubs, which is your wands. And it's great, this clubs, because, you know, you think of the old Marseille decks with the clubs. And that's, you know, that's your passions. That's what drives you. And then you've got the spades, which is swords, which is thoughts, intellect, and things to do with the mind. And it's lovely playing card stock. So you can see, hopefully, in the light, there's a lovely, lovely finish. But let's get them sorted into order, because I want to do the majors first. So it's easy to use this as well. If you wanted to use it, obviously, as a tarot, you keep it all together. If you want to use it as a playing card deck, you take out the ones with the black borders, and then from the courts, do you see a very subtle, and it's very subtle colour difference. So you take your knights out, and I mean, it says on the, I was going to say it's K, could get confusing with king, but it's a little k, capital K for king, but it also says there. So you take your knights out, and then obviously you've then got a 52 card playing card deck that you can play with. So we're going to put them back in just for the purpose of this quick walkthrough, because everybody knows what the I've got them the wrong way around, haven't I? I'm going to get in a mess. Bear with. Okay, so there we are. I've got them back in order. So yeah, so when I bought this, or I should say backed it back in April, I was really into reading playing cards, and I still am. I've got quite a growing collection of playing cards. I'm not going to be going down that route of just buying all different types of themes and playing cards, but I like the kind of the Deviant Moon ones, the Usi ones, some bicycle ones, and then the kind of historic ones that are the nice papery feel. And I've been enjoying, I even bought a little book, which was this one, which is Playing Card Divination. It is its kind of own system, and Stephen Ball, he also did the Elemental Divination, which was about reading with dice. So it is its own system, but it's really interesting. But again, you can read playing cards just by reading pips, like you would a Marseille, really. And that's how I tend to do it. So, as I've given an example before, 4 of hearts, you know, is the 4 of cups, but, you know, 4 is about stability. That's what 4 represents, stabilizing, stability. And hearts is emotions, so, you know, having a time where your emotions are going to become stable, and then you build from there. So that's how I kind of read playing cards. I'm just going to make sure that we haven't got, if I'm going to zoom in, that we haven't got a glary light spoiling the image. So, yeah, I mean, what can I say? We all know what the RWS image looks like, and we know what a playing card deck looks like, but I'll show you how this has been done. So they've even tried to use closest possible Pixies font. Could even be Pixies font, actually. It looks very similar, but there's some very good imitations of her calligraphy as well. So we get the standard RWS images, as you can see here, with the Roman numerals, the title at the bottom. These are playing card size, so, you know, if you're wanting a tarot size, this isn't going to be it. They're I'd say probably a bridge size, actually. But they're nice to have in your hand. I'm not quite sure what's been used in the book. So if we just have a look at the Hermit for a second. It starts actually with Ace. So Hermit, I don't know if it's taken from a weight. So it will be from the original Key to the Tarot. So the wheel. So very typical RWS, but in mini form, in playing card size. And that's the black borders. And then here, now this is what I wanted all the way through. I'd have loved it, you know, just to have the ace of clubs here and here without anything spoiling the image, but that's not what's happened. So you'll see. So we get 2 clubs on top of the image. And I'm just not quite sure why when we've got it here, because when you get 10, but I mean, it's still cool, and they're not solid, you know, they are kind of like almost translucent a bit. But, you know, that's right over his face. And then we don't have it with the quartz. And we have our cups. I mean, I'm so used to the image anyway. If I pull this, you know, I won't think too much because these images are ingrained, but I just think it's a shame just to put that right over his face, whereas it tells you in the corner what it is. I love that card. You see, on this one, because she's wearing white, you can't really see the spade there. But I still love it. I do love it, and I'm glad I backed it and I've got it. And I will use it for divining with, you know, it's divine and play. It might be fun to take out the knight, you know, and remove the majors and use it to playing card games. It might be quite interesting playing games and seeing the RWS images as well. So yeah, like on that one, that's quite busy. And there we have it. So nice little deck. I'm really pleased to have it. I'm glad I backed it on Kickstarter. It will add to my playing card collection, little collection. And yeah, have you got it? I'm sure now it's going to go on general release. I think there were some errors as well with the other version of it, which was the black and white version. I think it was a black and white version. And you know, when you back something like 6 months on, it's easy to forget, isn't it, what you've backed. Oh, but we have the beautiful energy of the Queen of Swords. Cut through, people. So yeah, thank you for watching. If I'm not back before, just a reminder that on Thursday I'm joining Jilly, my friend Jilly. We're having a birthday bash for my 50th over at Little Zen Crone. I'll be joining Jen from Gem's Balanced Tarot the next day for her birthday. And yeah, and then I'll be back as normal for Club of Catch Up and Cards. I'm sure I'll be back to show some decks and things that I've got as well. But yeah, hope to see you on those lives. Thanks for watching, everyone, and until next time, go in peace. Namaste, and blessed be.